just by show of hands, how many people think they are entrepreneurs? You might not have a business, you might not be running a business, but you think you're an entrepreneur. Can I see some hands? Okay, how many think that they are a businessman? Do you know that there's a difference between an entrepreneur and a businessman? Really? So let me just give you a brief of my story. My name is Philip Correa, and I'm a business speaker and an entrepreneur. I'm a co-founder of a firm called Entrepreneurship. It's a startup, by the way. So how I started my business, I came from what they call the side of the university. How many are familiar with the side of the university? Sidewalk University. No. The sidewalk university, I left to go in the streets. So I was much more of a hustler, and then I became professional. Why did I come from the side of the university? You know, there's this problem that we have when you have a business idea, you think everyone is going to listen to you. But you don't understand that you're going to face rejection. So it's not about your idea, but it's about what you're going to do to prove that your idea is going to work. So I had this amazing idea of a certain business which I don't disclose because it's not what I'm doing here, because I gave up. And the other thing you should know that in business, no business is going to fail, but we give up. So I had this amazing idea. I find people that I would pitch to so that they would invest in me, but I couldn't get the money. Then I decided to join the side of the university. So what was I doing in the streets? I started by selling mobile phones and laptops until I had a shop, and I started selling mobile phones, until being an entrepreneur started to manifest. Then I realized that being an entrepreneur is not basically buying and selling. You have to create something and start to sell. And then we came up with technologies. This is a story for another day. So today I am going to do a presentation about entrepreneurship. If you want to be an entrepreneur, you need to understand what you are doing. And you need to know the barriers and the challenges that are involved in entrepreneurship. Because otherwise, you are going to give up and you are going to discourage other people from doing it. So, let's go on to be a victim of technology. So I'm going to talk about what is entrepreneurship and what is a business. Those are two different things. We have so many people who are calling themselves entrepreneurs, but they're just doing the network marketing company. We have so many people who are calling themselves entrepreneurs when they are street vendors or professional vendors rather. So we are also going to talk about, are you a businessman or an entrepreneur? You have to understand that as well. And we are also going to talk about, do we have entrepreneurs in Zimbabwe? Because if you understand that the GDP of our economy is dominated by 75% of the informal sector, so do we have entrepreneurs in Zimbabwe? That's a question for you to answer. And also, we are going to talk about, it's not about the money, but take the money. Yeah, I don't want the money, but I take the money. So you have to know that as well. It's not about the money, but you have to take the money. So what is the definition of entrepreneurship? Some say it's the pursuit of opportunity beyond resources controlled. And in my opinion, I would like to call it, it's an ability to create solutions in times of chaos. Are we in chaos in Zimbabwe? Why don't we have people creating solutions? So we don't have entrepreneurs maybe. By realizing the opportunity is available, and then you create a business out of that, and make money during the process. That is entrepreneurship. You have to realize the opportunity in chaos, and then you bring solutions to the problem. Along the way, that is when you create the business. Do you get me? If you don't, so what is the difference between a businessman and an entrepreneur? I think the diagram above will explain it. So a businessman is basically someone who takes something, maybe polishes it from someone, doesn't give value, and then put a selling price. Being an entrepreneur involves a process. And this is something that many people run away from. Because you have to do this yourself. And it has to come out from you, not investors. Investors are never willing to go through that process because there's a bigger risk in doing this. So many people come with this concept to investors. They're not going to give them money anyway. So a businessman is basically someone who is trying to do a proven industry. You will now suffer what we call a competitive advantage now. It's a competitive disadvantage rather. But suppose you want to open a shop like, okay, the investor can ask you how best are you going to be, okay, it's best competitive. So you have to understand that there is a process in becoming an entrepreneur. You need to start something that is going to create value. And it's actually going to move society forward. So do we have people who are doing value creation in Zimbabwe? Yet they call themselves entrepreneurs. Those questions are for you to answer. I'm not here to answer questions. So, let me try to explain what I was talking about by a little story. So here we have town A and we have town B. It's not about the money, but take the money. I want you to get this concept now. There is town A and there is town B. And both towns don't have water. They need people who are going to provide water into this town. Right? So we have two gentlemen from both towns respectively. There is Simba and there is Kuda. So Simba from town A decides to go and fetch water from the river and bring the buckets of water to his house. And at his house he starts selling water now. And he's getting what? The money. Then Kuda decides to build a farm that will come from the river up to his house. And he works for approximately 8 months without getting any money, but investing all the resources that he had to build this farm. And then he started selling water at his house as well. So now town A and town B both have water. And Simba and Kuda are providing solutions. But there's a twist in this story now. Both gentlemen fall sick, and they were all admitted to the bed rest. What do you think is going to happen? Simba is no longer able to provide water to town A. And town A is now back into the crisis again. But what did Kuda do? He simply hired someone to operate the farm for him, and then he's still getting the money. So what happens now is, after about 2 months, these guys are still sick. Simba decided to build another farm to town A. And when Kuda was okay now, he could not sell water because water was already available at a cheaper price, in a very efficient way. That way for Simba to go to the river and take the water, there was already a tape that was just going to town A, town B, town C. So it's not about the money, but Kuda was taking the money. So, what lessons do we get from this story? There's a difference between the two. One is a businessman and one is an entrepreneur. You have to understand this. In whatever you are going to do, whether you want to, it's not bad actually to be a businessman. But don't call yourself an entrepreneur when you're a businessman, because you are going to put yourself in things that are going to push you to quit. So you have to understand what you're doing and understand your environment so that you bring right solutions. So Simba works to get paid. If you want to be an entrepreneur, you don't have to wait to get paid. Because you are going to have more than 3 months failing to pay your rent, not getting customers, and you will be stupid enough to keep on doing it. That is what you call entrepreneurship. There is a process that you should be willing to sacrifice. And if you're willing to sacrifice that process, I'm telling you, you should be in a position when you tell an investor to invest in your business, you should call the shots, not the investor to call the shots. So Simba's labor is also Simba's income is also dependent on this labor. And is in it for the money. And a lot of people in Zimbabwe, I have seen that so many people, if they are talking about whatever they want to do, numbers are a way of trying to tell you that I'm doing the right thing. And then you go in for just 2 months, not as I'm rich. So, Kuda is a problem solved. What problem did he solve? Water crisis. In approximately 4 towns. That is what you call problem solved. If I say by approximately small town, 4 towns, what am I saying? You don't have to have an idea that is just going to solve a problem in your society. You think global. We live in a world where there is technology and is influencing what we call globalization. And globalization now, you have to think in terms of, if I create this application, what if the guys in Silicon Valley create the same application? What is going to be my competitor's advantage? Because the thing about the guys in Silicon Valley, they create apps for free. And in Africa, we are creating apps for free. So I think we have applications that you know that are more replica of applications that came from Silicon Valley. So you have to understand that when you are doing something, do it for the global village. Just do it for the global village. And we also have to move society forward. And don't wait for the money. Because as long as you wait for the money, it's going to be difficult for you. Because money doesn't come in the first time. So if you read Rich Dad Poor Dad, I'm sure most of you are familiar with it. It can also give you an ability to understand what I'm trying to say. So how do one become an entrepreneur? You need understanding. Whatever it is that you want to do, you need to understand what you're doing. So if you understand what you're doing, you are going to know why you want to do it. Because what you want is a strong why. You don't have just to do things for the sake of involvement. You don't have to be in business to prove to your family that you are good in business. You don't have to be in business to prove to your friends that you are best in business. So you need to understand why you want to do it. If you don't understand what you are doing, you are just going to be kicked out in the game because there is still competition in this game. So number 2 is you need a story. You need a story. Stories like I want to be an entrepreneur because I want to be rich are like stories like I want to have babies so that I can have more time. Did you get me? Stories like I want to be an entrepreneur because I want to be rich are like stories like I want to have more babies so that I will have more time. So, what am I trying to say? You need a powerful story, not stories that are going to be impossible. There are stories that just make sense when you hear other people say they want to be entrepreneur because to share my bus. I once saw a guy on interview on SABC. He was actually Zimbabwean. I was disappointed by this guy. He was interviewed by the guy called Peter Ndoro. He was complaining about the unemployment situation in the country. And when Peter Ndoro asked him, so what degree did you do? He said I did entrepreneurship. I'm like, so you're complaining about getting employment when you did a degree that you're supposed to provide employment. So we need a powerful story when you're doing whatever it is that you're doing. The other thing you really need is personal development. Personal development is basically to work on yourself. You don't just have to become someone great because you have a great idea. You need an attitude. You need to understand the people you need to associate with. Jim Rohn says you're an average of the 5 people you associate with. And let me also go to take you to mathematics. There's a number in mathematics that is called the coefficient. They say if you multiply a coefficient with another number, you will get a certain result. So in life, you should understand that if you are a businessman, there are 3 types of associations that you are going to be associated with. And you need to choose the ones you should connect with. So the first association is a 0 coefficient. You all know that if you multiply any number by 0, it's going to be 0. So if you associate yourself with a 0 coefficient, you are not going anywhere. They are going to drag you down. In as much as you are going to tell about how best your idea is, people will always say, and those people will say that you've never tried anything. Those are pessimists. And I've never seen a pessimist who have ever achieved anything. So there's also a 1 coefficient. If you multiply any number by 1, it remains the same. So there are those people that when you tell them the idea, they're actually boom. If you tell the negative side of the idea, they're actually boom. So you need to understand those type of people for your growth. And then we have the greater than 1, so number 2 and above. So these are the people that multiply who you are. If you tell them the idea, they can give you an idea inside that idea. So you need to understand who to associate with when you're in business. You have to know that. Because you're going to get that from business people, from business conferences. You need to attend those things and you should have the power to disseminate who should I associate with. Not everybody who wears a suit is going to benefit you. Because a suit is just a sign to show that I'm a successful African. Otherwise, if you go to Europe, you see that businessmen can actually do business in shorts. So, point number 4, you need to work on your habits. You need to work on your habits. So this is more like you think about becoming an entrepreneur, but you are also thinking that on Friday I have to be around, today. So there are some of the habits that you need to sacrifice, not to do. Why? Because they are going to reduce the way you are going to perform on your business. They are going to affect your work ethic. It's no longer the time until we go and take selfies, trip Mabawa, and something like that. It's not the personality that you have to do. That's why you hear what Buffett says. They always ask me, why are you not at the club? And I always ask him, why are you not at the bank? Because he knows that the aspect is to own the club, not to be in the club. It's rather own the club, but not be in the club. So, in conclusion, is entrepreneurship a lie? Let me address a few issues here. There are so many people who have tried to be entrepreneurs, but they think entrepreneurship is a lie because they failed. And if you are not a failure in entrepreneurship, you don't understand what you're trying to do. So there is what we call success stories from social media. The way social media has been designed is by showing us our best life. I have never seen anyone showing the worst of their lives in social media. Social media is a place where we go in front of other people's cars and then you take pictures, then you upload them. It is the place that we are so comfortable with. We just upload everything that we approach. So, we are in an era where we have come to what we call the rock stars of entrepreneurs. The Steve Jobs, the Bill Gates, the Elon Musk. So, in as much as these guys are portrayed on social media, everyone now wants to be an entrepreneur. And we don't understand the basic fundamentals that led into that point. So we now think entrepreneurship is basically starting a business and then you end up in a bank. That is not the case. So don't use social media to understand entrepreneurship. You need to understand the behind the scenes. Right now, Jeff Bezos is the richest man in America. But Amazon was started in 1999. And for 14 good years, Amazon was not cash flow positive. And right now, Amazon is not making profit. So do you have that will and do you have that courage to run a business for at least 5 years without getting any profit? With the mindset of thinking of being in a bank with social media. So you need to work on that as well. So anyone can be an entrepreneur, but not everyone should be an entrepreneur. I see more. Just like marathon was compulsory for everyone. So my days on marathon first time everyone would go. It was a crime ukasatulengeza pati na marathon. Saka TSA taenda kutraining marathon. Tunotrain marathon. And the pataipedza kutrain. Within a week there are guys who would make it to the intervals. From the intervals there are guys who would make it to the inter-schools. From the inter-schools there are guys who would make it to the nationals, etc. So what am I saying? You can start as an entrepreneur, but you may not end up as an entrepreneur. The other thing is, if you discover that you are a businessman, there are people called intrapreneurs. These are people who are able to work with entrepreneurs. Because the problem now we have with entrepreneurs, they don't know how to monetize their ideas. They think as long as an idea someone has to pay for it. You need someone with a business mind now. That is the kind of person to bring this to the market. This is how we are going to do it. So the ugly truth about entrepreneurship as well is, you hear some people say, I want to start my own business because I want freedom for time. That is not possible. Because you can work from 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock, Monday to Sunday, and the bank account will not be changing. And the banks will be calling you for an overdraft as well. So you can go for that for maybe 6-7 months before you make just one step. So I'm telling you this because I lived it, and some of it I'm still living it. But there's always a brighter future because I know what I'm doing, and I'm passionate about what I'm doing as well. So you need to think big, but you need to start small. I told you why I decided to go to the university. What I wanted was a company that runs technology, a company that develops software. That is all that I wanted. But investing in a business from that stage, it was difficult for me because I didn't have the money. So I don't know, take a phone and now. Then if you start selling phones, you need actually, I can call it a side hustle. The leads that you get, invest it in your business bit by bit. And you should understand that whatever it is that you're doing, someone is watching. Someone is watching. Right now I have people that I meet, they want to invest in my business. I just tell them, no, my business is not yet invested in. Some of the people are even opposed to me the first time when I wanted to invest in business. But I discovered that for me to be able to get the investment that I want, what impact am I going to give to the society? How many people am I going to help with my business? What are the social responsibilities am I going to give to my business? So if you think big in that term, right now I have what I call a 5-year plan for my business. But I don't even have a 5-year financial plan for my business. That is the other thing that you need to understand. If you have a bank statement and a balance sheet in whatever it is before you start doing anything, you're going to quit. Because it's not about the money. You need to be worried when you have built something big, and you have to be worried with the market that I have. How am I going to price this thing? Those are the kind of worries that you need. Not to talk about investors are going to take you down. You know, not to worry. I want to worry. So, before I close, let me leave you with this equation. I call it the equation of success. I wasn't good at mathematics, but I love to explain this. So x is equals to y to the power n plus c, where x is equals to success, faith. Where x is equals to success, y is equals to faith, n is equals to passion, and c is equals to discipline. If you are not able to combine these four, you are not going anywhere. You are rather doing a lot more, but not getting a lot more done. No what you want my own treatment. But at 20 kilometers, you have a treatment. At 20 kilometers, you have a road. Teacher was saying about progress. So you have to understand that if you don't have faith in what you are doing. When I started doing public speaking, I knew what I was going to talk about because I started doing public speaking in my mind in about maybe 3 to 4 years ago. So when I told people that I'm now venturing into public speaking, people said, I'm not paying it. But my first seminar, I got 3 in because I already practiced it in my mind. That is faith. And also I was passionate with what I was doing. And I also have discipline. So these are some of the core characters that an investor will look at you. An investor can even ask for your social media. If you are not communicating what you are trying to sell, it simply means you don't trust what you are doing. So you need to, your business and your idea need to evolve around you to the extent that you are not placed as a company. Many people who are in my circle call me Octo. That is not even my name, it's the name of the company. Because they understand that I'm credible with what I'm doing. So build credibility. Be authentic. Don't be fake. Don't lie to each other, guys, as entrepreneurs. We have people that are so good at telling other people what they are doing, but for the sake of teaching over, you could, hey, but you need to tell each other the truth, especially when you network. Don't come with the perspective of this amazing, this amazing, that. That basically is just a success story, and success stories are rather boring sometimes and not inspiration. If you see someone who is bigger than you, rather than for you to go and take selfies and post on social media with them, that is not going to add value to you anymore. You need to ask that person, Jim Dara, suppose you meet Nigerian, you need to ask him, when you were starting this business, less than 1 sale in 3 months, what were you doing? Those are the things that you need to do. Not that is not necessary because it's something that is going to come. And the thing about money is you can get money or you can lose it in the day. So sometimes don't waste your mind towards the money. It's not about the money, but take the money. It's just rubber money. So thank you very much.
Maybe we'll just give you guys an opportunity to ask Mr. Philip some questions. 1 or 2 questions.
What do you do most times overcome such to say that look, I want to give up. It's not to look.
Okay, so you want what I do?
Yes, what I do.
When I feel like giving up, the first thing that feeling confirms to me that I'm in my pain. And if you say I don't feel like giving up, I'll be lying to you. I think almost every day, sometimes I think, am I doing the right thing? You're even going to a meeting with a client with that mindset. But I think the most important thing is to realize that the fact that you have that mindset also gives room for you to have a positive mindset. So the fact that you have a negative mindset about what you're doing, there is also room for you to understand that there is a positive mindset about it. So how I do it, usually I give myself time to be aware. You really need that. When you are feeling that, don't consult anyone. Or you can consult your confidant that you know they will give you the right advice. But basically, yes, for me, what works for me, I take maybe a power nap. Or maybe I just break myself or disconnect myself from social media, whatever it is. Then I sleep. When I wake up, maybe I can find something to read, or maybe just a motivational video, and I'll start doing it again. But you have to feel like you're giving up. That has to happen. If you are skipping that phase, you are not doing anything. I think if you read the Bible, there's even a time when Jesus Christ himself said, he was giving up. Right? So you need time. That is the importance of personal development. Because it helps you through these pressures. Usually when I feel like giving up, I come back as a champion. Because the grief that I have now, they are more effective. But at the end of the day, there's a challenge that is going to come again that will knock you down. So you have to understand what my challenges are not aware, meaning they are coming. But when they are coming, the first step is for you to understand that this is a challenge. You have to accept it. And if you are defeated as well, you have to accept you have been defeated. Because you can have challenges like organizing something, and then it fails, and then you give up. The difference between those that make it in life and those that don't is the decision of not giving up. So you can decide that, let me give up. Or you can decide that, let me move on. But it's difficult. I wouldn't say it's an easy move. It's very difficult. But you need to keep on working on it. Any question?
What's the difference between, I want to understand the difference between an entrepreneur and someone who is self-employed? Because someone has told me that you are not an entrepreneur alone, you are self-employed. So what's you want to understand between the two?
I think what you need to understand is what is being self-employed. So being self-employed, I can give an example. Maybe someone like a builder, or maybe a graphic designer or something like that. Being self-employed is basically doing something. You deliver a service, right? And when you deliver a service, you don't have systems, you don't have processes. It's just you who we call you to come into something, like a photographer. It's not a discouragement, but it's a section of business. You can be self-employed. In books, that's what they call being a sole trader or sole proprietorship. That's being self-employed. It simply means that when you are not there, your business is not running. But as for an entrepreneur, like the illustration that I used there, the guy Simba was sick and his business went down. The guy Kuda was sick but his business is still running. That is the difference now. So if you are self-employed, it simply means that your business is dependent on you. If you are not there, you get it. So it's actually a process, because in as much as you can start as being self-employed and go on to the entrepreneur. It's a step. So don't be discouraged, because you can step now.
Thank you so much to Mr. Philip. I think our motivational video is now ready.